Now hear this. All officers to the bridge. Klingon battlecruiser off the port bow. All officers to the bridge.
Sensors report 2 contacts now. One on the port bow, one on the stern. Distance 200,000 kilometers and closing.
Identification.
Captain, the M5 unit has already identified the vessels as Federation starships, Excalibur and Lexington. Enemy vessel closing with us.
Main phase is fired. Lights.
Shields just came on. Deflector's also up. I'm picking up an object off the port bow. It's firing.
Red alert, battle station.
Warp to Captain Picard.
Yes, Lieutenant.
A Klingon vessel is decloaking off our port bow. Compliments of Gowron. I'm picking up another reading at 400,000 kilometers off the port bow. It's gone. No. It is back to starboard.
Captain, I'm picking up a minor subspace disturbance off the port bow.
Full stop.
Aye, sir.
Analysis, Mr. David.
It appears to be a quantum fissure in the space-time continuum.
On screen. We're approaching the surface.
We have cleared the asteroid, Captain. The Warbird is off the port bow.
Entering the Devron system, sir.
Full stop. Sensors are picking up a small temporal anomaly off the port bow.
On screen.
It's an anti-time eruption. It seems to have been formed within the last 6 hours.
Sir, a Klingon bird of prey is decloaking off the port bow.
What?
Commander Riker's team is aboard, sir.
Helm, Warp 1, engage!
Three more Gemini warships approaching off the port bow.
Get us up here!
3 more coming in off the port bow.
Fire on the lead ship, then bring us back to the runabout.
2 life signs on the runabout, Commander.
Then the bird of prey came toward us off the port bow.
I have phaser lock.
Fire!
Gemini ship off the port bow.
Report! We're running into some kind of spatial distortions. Mr. Tuvok!
The distortions are emanating from a highly localized disturbance in the space-time continuum. Distance 20,000 kilometers off the port bow.
All stop! Report!
It looks like we're running into more spatial distortions. I'm picking up a highly localized disturbance off the port bow.
On screen.
Computer, override transport in progress.
Unable to comply. Security lockout is in place.
Computer, identify destination of transport.
A Kazon vessel 14 kilometers off the port bow.
Shell, change course to intercept.
Course laid in, sir.
Proceed.
Sir, a Romulan warbird decloaking off the port bow.
Red alert. Hail them. Let them know we're on a rescue mission.
We've detected a strange energy configuration off the port bow.
Any idea what it is?
It appears to be some sort of magnetic disturbance.
We're going to take a closer look.
I'm detecting a substantial magnetic mass moving rapidly toward the port bow. I am concerned about some anomalous sensor readings.
I'm getting them too. Residual energy displacements. 2 discrete readings, one off the port bow, one off starboard.
We have to consider the possibility of cloaked ships.
Run a multispectral sweep. I want to see if...
There's a quantum surge off the port bow. Something is coming out of subspace.
Direct hit on the port bow. Shields down to 20%. Losing atmosphere index 5, 6, and 7.
I'll reroute auxiliary power to structural integrity.
Under the category of best of times, I invite you all to recall the moment
Bridge to the captain.
Janeway here.
We're being hailed. A vessel off the port bow.
On our way.
Well, perhaps we could all reconvene later.
My lucky teacup. Right over here.
Red alert. We're under attack. 2 Klingon warships off the port bow.
Well, I'd say this is cause for celebration.
A vessel is approaching off the port bow, Captain.
On screen.
I'm detecting a ship, Captain. 800,000 kilometers off the port bow.
On screen.
It's adrift. No propulsion systems, no weapons, no life support.
I think you might be able to detect them now, but only for a minute or two.
Harry.
Affirmative. 2 heavily armed ships off the port bow. I found the cause of our power drain. It's some kind of dampening field. The source is off the port bow. That's about all I can tell you.
Target the ship off our port bow. Fire a few warning shots.
Perhaps you should design a new shuttle. Larger, more efficient.
Not a bad idea.
I'm reading plasma surges off the port bow.
Structural integrity's at 92%.
There's the Malon shuttle. 200 kilometers off the port bow and 3,000 kilometers from the probe.
Origins.
Unknown.
Captain, a vessel just dropped out of warp, approaching fast off the port bow.
On screen.
And the wormhole?
We found it. It's 20,000 kilometers off our port bow. We've determined that a photon torpedo, properly calibrated, will force open the threshold long enough for Voyager to get through.
You should find neutrino emissions at roughly 20,000 kilometers off the port bow. On screen. You created false readings.
That is the theme for this evening, isn't it?
A vessel approaching off the port bow. They've locked on a tractor beam.
Captain to the bridge.
If you want to attempt a rescue between now and then, the risk is yours to take. But I wouldn't advise it.
Launch the probe.
Aye, Captain.
Try quantum waves. 600,000 kilometers off the port bow. It's massive.
Trillions of life forms. All Borg.
There's a cube coming up fast off our port bow.
Did they detect us?
I don't believe so.
There's a conduit approaching. 30,000 kilometers off our port bow.
Battle stations.
It's 2 light years across, emits enough energy for a dozen stars. It doesn't match any phenomenon in our database, and it won't sit still.
Okay, 11,000 kilometers off the port bow.
Heavily armed vessel just dropped out of warp off the port bow.
Captain, I recognize it. It's Hazari.
Suggest you back off if you want to save your own ship. End transmission.
They're moving closer. They've locked on a tractor beam.
Looks like they're calling your bluff, Captain. It was a bluff, wasn't it? I'm reading a subspace surge off our port bow.
Looks like a cloaked ship.
Sick Beta Captain, what's happening?
We're under attack.
How many ships?
1. Off the port bow.
They've been destroyed.
32 vessels just dropped out of warp off our port bow.
On screen.
I've got them. 2,000 kilometers off the port bow. They're moving at low impulse.
Intercept. Can you get a visual?
3 vessels are decloaking off the port bow.
That didn't feel like a warning shot.
Activate the photonic cannon.
was an order!
The command module. It's adrift, 300 meters off our port bow.
Chakotay to the bridge. Report.
Transwarp conduit just opened off our port bow.
Lieutenant?
I am General Korok. This vessel is now under my command. We've come to join you in battle.
Target their weapons array. Which ship? The closest one. Off our port bow.
There's a funnel forming 70,000 meters off the port bow, bearing 130 Mark 24.
They're opening some sort of spatial rift off their port bow.
It's disrupting the tractor beam.
Compensate.
That one hit our port bow. Power's down on C deck. Subsection 4. No other damage.
Ensign.
The storm's moving in our direction.
Repair teams have been working around the clock. Nerves are definitely frayed.
It's incredible we're still in one piece.
If that mine had hit another meter to the left.
We can't polarize the port bow plating until those breaches are sealed.
What is it?
A subspace vortex is opening off the port bow.
Tactical alert.
They've launched a torpedo.
What?
300 meters off the port bow.
You would fire on a Zindi vessel?
We're prepared to destroy your vessel if necessary.
Escape pods. 12 kilometers off the port bow. They're ours.
Bring him on board.
Shall we raise our shields, Captain?
Never been this close.